At that very hour, some Pharisees came and said to Jesus,
"Get away from here, for God wants to kill you."
And Jesus said to them,
"Go and tell that fox for me. Listen, I am casting out demons and performing cures today and tomorrow, and on the third day I finish my work. Yet today, tomorrow, and the next day I must be on my way, because it is impossible for a prophet to be killed outside of Jerusalem. Jerusalem, Jerusalem, the city that kills the prophets and stones those who are sent to it. How often have I desired to gather your children together as a hen gathers her brood under her wings, and you are not willing. See, your house is left to you, and I tell you, you will not see me until the time comes when you say, 'Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord.'"
The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Christ.
So when the Pharisees came to Jesus and told him of the threat of Herod, Jesus doesn't seem too bothered. There's no dramatic scene of Jesus packing his bags and running out of town. Just before the Pharisees come to confront Jesus, Jesus is talking about bearing fruit and responding to God's invitation. And then he heals this woman who is bent over. And she comes back and praises God for her gift of health. When some of the Pharisees come to warn Jesus that Herod is after him, Jesus basically says, "Thanks, but I'm going to just continue doing what I'm doing." Jesus responds to the warning of Herod wanting to kill him with his own wisdom. Herod is powerful, but Jesus has a different kind of power, and his is a power to embrace even the people who reject him. Herod has the ability to threaten and destroy. In contrast, Jesus has the authority from God to restore and heal. Jesus has experienced Herod's greedy power before in killing and the death of his cousin John. He knows that Herod's power is dangerous, but Jesus is going to keep using his own power as long as he can. Jesus is pointing to his final days in Jerusalem, where people will call out to him, "Blessed is the one who comes in the name of the Lord." On the third day, Jesus says his work will be complete. He's looking ahead to his resurrection, the resurrection time, not the calendar time. In this season of Lent, where we find church challenges and tragedy in New Zealand, there's an important message in Jesus' choice to keep going and keep doing what he's doing. Jesus doesn't pack up his healing and teaching and preaching and head to the desert when he hears that Herod is about to kill him. He keeps working. He keeps serving. He keeps loving and caring. The same is happening for many in the United Methodist Church. After the ruling against the LGBTQ clergy and same-sex marriages at the General Convention. On Ash Wednesday, Pastor Jen Stewart of the Methodist Church on a college campus, handing out ashes mixed with glitter, even while she was uncertain about her future in her church, draped a rainbow scarf over her shoulders and had a lanyard, a colorful, multicolored lanyard with a cross that said, "Christ is counting on you." According to Pastor Stewart, Lent is a season of reflection of life, death, and resurrection. Just as our church is dying, something new will be born. Stewart said that is a core belief of all Christians. And so glitter is just a way to sort of send a wink and a nod to our brothers and sisters in the LGBTQ community. but it is also a reflection of resurrection, the light that shines forth even in the darkness. Many leaders in the Methodist community are rolling up their sleeves to bring Christ hope. The same is happening in New Zealand after the tragic event of 2 mosques in the Christchurch community. People keep working. Churches are coming together and speaking up and standing with their Muslim brothers and sisters. Bishop Elizabeth Eaton, our presiding bishop of the Evangelical Lutheran Church, sent us a message on Friday, and I'd like to read you part of it. It's a charge to us. Together with our ecumenical and inter-religious partners, we stand shoulder to shoulder in condemning hatred, bigotry, racism, and violence whenever and wherever it occurs. We do so because all people are made in the image of God. Therefore, as an act of neighborly love, I urge you, us, to reach out to our Muslim neighbors today and in the days to come to ask how you might offer solidarity and support, joining whenever possible with our ecumenical and inter-religious neighbors. She is calling us to keep going in our ministry, to keep serving and caring and loving our neighbors. Also, a new group is being formed in our congregation, in our community, and it's called Thoughts, Prayers, and Action. As described in our Wednesday word, this group is seeking to take tangible steps on current issues in our society today. Together, they will educate themselves on policy and to bring action to our community and community-based work. The group is committing to take action, to not just have thoughts and prayers, but to take action. This group is calling us to roll up our sleeves and keep going on ministry of service, love, and care for our neighbors, taking it to a deeper level of understanding and commitment. Jesus is realistic and practical, not naive. He knows there's danger ahead, even as he acknowledges that he has the strength to reach out and hope. Lent is a reminder that death is always mixed with life. And Jesus reflects that mixture as he acknowledges Herod's evil and his own coming to death, even while he keeps working. Many times in his ministry, Jesus will step away and go and pray. And he will again. But on this day, he keeps working, and he calls us to keep working and keep our sleeves rolled up. And this is where we find lasting hope. Amen.
Amen.